Rebekah Sue Bletsch, beloved wife, devoted soccer mom, worked at a nursing facility in the lush farmlands of Dalton, Michigan, where she loved to run.
She was a jogger, and she would use the roadway around her house as kind of her routine.
But one warm summer night, about a quarter mile from her home, a young couple finds Rebekah by the road and barely alive.
By the time they were getting on the scene, which again is just minutes after she's been shot, there are no vehicles in the area.
When an ambulance arrives, it's too late.
It's clear from the scene that Rebekah wasn't going to go willingly, that either there was a struggle or she decided to run for her life.
But Rebekah didn't get far. Her assailant aimed a .22 caliber pistol and fired.
The first shot was shot across her head, incapacitating her,
Then the gunman gets point blank.
and essentially puts 2 more bullets in her head, execution style. We had shell casings and we had bullet fragments, so we knew at least the caliber of gun that we were looking for.
Police canvass every road, every field.
Didn't leave any stone unturned.
A baffling mystery that lingers for almost 2 years, until another eerie similar encounter on another dark, dusty road nearby, this time in the dead of night.
It's somewhat wooded, the road is obscured.
On that road is a 16-year-old girl. After a night of partying, she's without a ride home.
Really kind of lost. She was kind of at her wit's end, upset, and just really wanting to get home.
But then, headlights, a miracle, or so it seemed.
It was a minivan, silver in color.
The teen gets in, but her relief is gone in seconds. The driver pulls out a gun, and in a heart-stopping instant,
She jumped out of the moving vehicle and just started running to the closest house she could find. She was screaming, he's got a gun, he's trying to kill me.
her spooked abductor takes off, but the terrified teen is able to give a good description to cops. Police hunt down any possible surveillance video.
Detectives were able to go through the area and discover some surveillance video on, of all places, a blueberry farm.
Cops narrow down any minivan owners in the area, and when they put a photo lineup in front of the teen,
She came to Mr. Willis's photograph and said, "That's the guy."
the guy is 46-year-old factory worker Jeffrey Willis.
For all intents and purposes, he was, quote unquote, a normal guy. There was nothing in his background that would have alerted law enforcement to the fact that we have somebody that we need to keep an eye on.
But it turns out their new suspect does have a van, and cops soon discovered it was a vehicle tricked out for torture.
Hidden in a stowaway compartment, they find a locked toolbox. Inside this toolbox, we find various sex toys, ball gag, ropes, chains, handcuffs, sexual aids.
Hidden in another lockbox, a .22 caliber pistol.
It's clear that we have something more than just an abduction case.
Has a teenager who luckily escaped a kidnapper unmasked a madman.
At that point in time, we are solely working on a kidnapping case, and that's it.
The shaken teen is shown a photo lineup and points the finger at the guy who tried to abduct her.
She looked through the pictures, she said, "That's the guy that not only picked me up, but also pointed a gun at me."
Police now have 46-year-old factory worker Jeffrey Willis on their radar with many unanswered questions.
He was a lifelong resident here in Muskegon. There wasn't anything that threw up any red flags.
Inside Willis's minivan, investigators found stockpiled instruments of torture and a hidden .22 pistol, the same caliber used to callously murder 36-year-old Rebekah Bletsch, a wife and loving mother.
People started asking the question, is it possible that Mr. Willis is the person that killed Rebekah Bletsch?
Cops put 2 and 2 together and then do a ballistics test on the pistol. It's an exact match to the slugs from Rebekah's head. Then, in a shed behind his house, police find an old computer with a hidden external hard drive. On it, pure terror. Pictures and videos that are graphic and chilling.
What did you find on the computers?
Well, we were able to find the other life that Jeffrey Willis lived, and part of that was his obsession and desire for really deep, dark porn. This is stuff that you have to go into the dark web to find.
Thousands of despicable images of child pornography and stomach-turning videos showing the rape, torture, and murder of unknown women.
What sometimes people call like snuff films. I mean, are women actually being killed in these videos?
It appeared that a lot of them were staged, but there also appeared to be some that were real.
Then there are the videos Willis made himself, training a secret lens on innocent children, videos of his 13-year-old niece using the bathroom, and 15,000 videos of local girls at swim meets, focusing the camera not on the event, but on their body parts.
He is the quintessential creepy guy in the neighborhood.
He is absolutely the creepy guy. He's a very scary individual. He's a very dangerous individual.
And a closer look at that hard drive reveals something else.
He had created a VIX file.
VIX, police say, short for victims. Police are shocked. One, labeled JLH, is filed with downloaded pictures of Jessica Lynn Heeringa. Jessica was a pretty young single mom who vanished from a gas station where she worked as a cashier just 1 year before the Bletsch attack.
He was very familiar with that particular gas station that Jessica worked with and frequented it when she was working.
Our detectives staring at the files of a serial killer. As they scan another Vic folder on Willis's computer, this one contains internet photos of another woman he stalked, labeled RSB. That's right, Rebekah Sue Bletsch.
Basically creating his own little private trophy case, if you will. We were in the midst of our own serial killer here in Muskegon County.
While detectives try to piece together evidence to charge Willis with Jessica's disappearance, he's charged with murder in the case of Rebekah Bletsch. At trial, prosecutors detail the mountain of evidence. Rebekah's DNA was in his van. The pistol found in the toolbox matched her murder weapon. And a computer forensic expert testifies in gruesome detail about the snuff films on Willis's hard drive.
They were burned, they were hung, they were strangled, they were beaten, and they were choked to death.
If that wasn't explosive enough, the prosecution brought in another star witness, the teen whose daring escape led police to Willis to begin with.
He got out and he went behind his van and aimed the gun at me, and I just yelled at him to please not kill me, and then I have a mom.
Sir, did you kill Miss Bletsch?
I did not.
Jeffrey Willis pleads not guilty, claiming his private video stash was just a hobby, claiming the files he created for Rebekah Bletsch and Jessica Heeringa were to assist police in finding their killers.
I thought to myself, if they come, because it's a silver van, they came to me before, I'm gonna have this stuff ready for them. That's where the VIX folder came from.
But the jury doesn't buy any of it.
There were jurors that wouldn't even look at him.
They find Willis guilty of first-degree murder for savagely killing Rebekah Bletsch. His sentence, life without parole.
This man is going to be behind bars for the rest of his life. I don't want another Jeffrey Willis in this county ever again.
Jeffrey Willis was eventually also convicted of the murder of Jessica Heeringa. He has tried twice to get his convictions overturned for Jessica and Rebekah's murders, but in both cases, the judgment against him was upheld. He remains behind bars